The number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Wear a mask if you have to leave your homes and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to InfoHub for Tuesday, May 12. Thanks for joining us. As Guyana joins the rest of the world in observing International Nurses Day, His Excellency David Granger has highlighted the essential role nurses play in the national campaign to overcome the novel coronavirus. Here's our first report.
Nurses are the foundation and are on the front lines of the healthcare workforce in our national effort to fight this pandemic. Our nurses, despite many challenges, continue to serve dutifully, diligently, and with dedication, even in the face of personal peril.
In his remarks, the president reminded that nurses provide critical care all across Guyana, especially in the rural, hinterland, and remote parts of the country.
They might be required to travel long distances on foot, by all-terrain vehicle or bus, by road, or in boats, by river, or by light aircraft, to provide care to the sick or injured. Their service in our homes, hospitals, and communities, from birth to death, is well known.
He noted that their commitment to life-saving efforts, even at personal sacrifice, especially at this time, is commendable, as he encouraged others to recognize their contributions. President Granger also thanked the nation's nurses for their consistent and conscientious service to the country. Meantime, Public Health Minister the Honorable Valdo Lawrence has recognized the sterling contributions of nurses and midwives in Guyana.
The Ministry of Public Health Guyana wishes to take this opportunity to acknowledge your diligence of service beyond the call of duty to ensure that your patients are satisfied. You're traversing the rough terrains of regions 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to accompany your patients for higher levels of care. Yes, we see those who have voluntarily decided to risk their lives and that of their household to fight COVID-19, to save the life of their fellow Guyanese.
May 12, 2020 is Florence Nightingale's 200th birth anniversary. On this day every year, International Day of the Nurse is observed, and this year 20.7 million nurses around the world are being recognized and commended for their work.
You are the people who devote your lives to caring for our mothers and children, giving life-saving immunizations and health advice, looking after the elderly, and generally meeting everyday essential health needs. You are often the first and only point of care in your communities. This is the power that you possess as nurses. Yes, you are an ever-present force for good.
The World Health Organization, WHO, also designated 2020 as the year of the nurse and the midwife, and also declared that this year will see the publication of the first WHO State of the World's Nursing Report. On Tuesday at 5 p.m., there was a countrywide recognition of nurses and midwives in Guyana. Citizens blew whistles, sounded a horn or siren, standing in solidarity with these integral healthcare workers. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
The national recount of votes cast at the March 2 general and regional elections currently ongoing at the Artichon Conference Center has been discovering a host of discrepancies, which the APNU-AFC coalition believes can impact the final result of the elections. Details in this story.
The search for transparency in the March 2 polls is widening. Over the last week, counting agents have been unearthing numerous irregularities during the recount process. With over 200 ballot boxes recounted so far, and more than 2,000 yet to be reviewed, APNU-AFC coalition officials said there is no telling how far these irregularities will go. The first day of the recount, agents were reporting cases of the names of deceased persons and those who have migrated are turning up to vote. In other instances, the number of ballots in the box outnumbered the names of persons struck off from the list of voters. There are other instances where the number of persons voting by affidavits is more than the number of affidavits provided at the polling station. The coalition believes that these discrepancies will play an integral part in the final analysis.
There are questions with respect to whether people who are dead voted and people who are not around voted as well. So even if you were to say, okay, 10 for you, 15 for me, how credible is that 10 or how credible is that 15? Is this a true reflection of the will of the Guyanese people? And that is the ultimate question that has to be answered. What has happened to the will of the Guyanese people? And this recount will decide that matter.
That was former Director General of the Ministry of the Presidency, Joseph Harmon. He said the APNU AFC coalition counting agents underwent extensive training to decode the very discrepancies being unearthed. Minister of Public Security Kamaraj Ramjatan has reported similar scenarios. He said the truth of all that transpired on March 2 will be revealed after this important recount.
But a better assessment will be known at the very end of the process when the 339 box is then made transparent for us to see what transpired in all those boxes.
So are you holding your judgment in abeyance?
Oh yeah, you have to be very cautious.
We've seen being used a lot. Are you holding it in abeyance?
My judgment is going to be made because it's not only 80 boxes we're going to make a determination on. It will be the 2,339 boxes. Okay? And we should be very patient with the process so that we can know what happened in all those boxes. And then we're going to make an assessment, as GCOM will, as the observers will, as the other political parties and stakeholders will.
The opposition has been going at length to downplay the current structure of the recount process. They claim that the constant objections and queries by agents are delaying the process. Some players believe that the opposition must have something to hide to be making such baseless claims. Government Commissioner Vincent Alexander said the search for transparency must be thorough. He said the commission is going all out to ensure that the exercise of March 2 was fair, credible, and transparent. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
More news after this break. Stay with us.
This is Jamaica with a message from my people. We don't know when COVID-19 will go, so for now better stay at home. Oh, we don't know, so let we try and cope. Sanitize or use a soap. Oh, I won't stop and don't you stop. Responsibility is what you've got to self-preserve the health you've got. Good hygiene we need to all adopt. I won't stop, don't you stop. Stay away from crowds cause it's way too packed. We all should stay 3 feet away, and in time we make this fire stop.
This is a message from Tamika Marshall and the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO, WHO.
With at least 3 more days of rainfall expected, residents in flood-prone areas along the coast are urged to remain vigilant as the Civil Defense Commission continues to monitor the situation. The Civil Defense Commission on Tuesday conducted rapid assessments in some high-risk communities in Georgetown to evaluate the impact of heavy rainfall over the last 24 hours. Heavy rainfall started late Monday evening and continued into this morning. Speaking to InfoHub, Senior Response Officer of the CDC, Captain Salam October, said the Commission is monitoring the situation.
There's going to be increased levels of rainfall over the next 48 hours or so. And so residents are now being urged through our Civil Defense Commission page, through various public notices that we've issued, to take all precautions necessary, especially those areas that are usually flood prone, and those areas where residents' homes are also not meeting the specified standard that is set out to ensure that they mitigate against the effects of flooding.
He noted that the Commission is working with a number of stakeholders to mitigate the effects of flash flooding.
Well, the Civil Defense Commission also works in partnership with a number of stakeholders, and the Hydrometeorological Services of the Ministry of Agriculture is one such stakeholder. So they are the ones that guide us with operational weather forecasting bulletins, and we use those bulletins to extract pertinent information to present and package to the public basic things that they can do to ensure that their homes and homesteads remain safe during the times of flash flooding.
Residents in low-lying and flood-prone areas are advised to take all steps against flooding. Persons are also reminded to adhere to the COVID-19 precautions. If you must render assistance, remember to wear a mask correctly and sanitize after rendering aid. Kindly call the Civil Defense Commission's 24-hour National Emergency Monitoring System on 623-1700 or 600-7500 or 226-1114 to report flooding in your community. With Region 9 recording its first coronavirus case, primary and secondary contacts have been quarantined, while the security forces continue to monitor the border with neighboring Brazil. Delicia Haynes has more.
Regional Executive Officer Carl Parker said that the man who has been confirmed to have the virus lived in Bonfim, Brazil, but worked as a miner in Guyana. As a result, 5 primary contacts and their family members have been quarantined, while 9 regional staff who are considered secondary contacts, along with their families, will also be quarantined. The REO had noted that with the increasing number of persons testing positive for the novel coronavirus in Brazil, the regional administration had stepped up monitoring at the borders.
What we did, we incorporated the Amerindian villages that are situated along the border to form a sort of a buffer zone, and those villages are doing well. They've put several measures in place. Some of them have built gates along the border. They would have thrown down trees, dig trenches to prevent vehicles crossing, because in this situation, when the water is low in the dry season, vehicles can drive over, motorcycles, cars, pickups, jeeps can drive over, people can walk across.
In light of the new development, REO Parker is calling on the residents of Region 9 to be vigilant and continue to practice precautionary measures so as to protect their families from contracting the deadly virus. For Info Hub, Delicia Haynes.
Remember to do your part to ensure you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early, but call the hotline first. That's all for today. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. Also, subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bridge Report is up next. Stay safe and goodbye for now.